Hey, hey, my fellow angling enthusiasts and friends. Your favorite fishing buddy is here with the most anticipated forecast of the week. We're diving deep into what September 22nd, 2025 holds for us across the incredible fishing grounds of the United States. Get ready, because this day is shaping up to be truly special, offering some fantastic opportunities if you know where to cast your line. I'm going to share some insider tips that'll make your trip unforgettable, so stick around and prepare to be amazed. Let's talk tactics for a few of our favorite fighters, starting with the mighty largemouth bass. On this beautiful day, with water temperatures slowly beginning their autumn cool-down, these green monsters will be actively feeding. Look for them in areas where cooler river waters meet the main lake, or near weed lines and submerged structure in 3 to 7 feet of water. They'll be ambushing baitfish preparing for the colder months. For tackle, a medium-heavy spinning or bait-casting setup will do the trick. Try throwing a topwater frog or a soft plastic jig in green pumpkin or black and blue. My little trick for bass in early fall is to work those jigs slowly around any cover. Sometimes a subtle presentation is key. Next up, for our saltwater adventurers, we're talking redfish and speckled trout. The Gulf Coast and southeastern estuaries will be buzzing with activity. With a waxing crescent moon bringing above-average tidal currents, these fish will be aggressively feeding in the shallow flats, along grass beds, and in the channels. They'll be chasing shrimp and baitfish pushed around by the moving water. A light to medium-light spinning rod is perfect. Try a popping cork with a live shrimp, or a soft plastic shrimp imitation. For redfish, a weedless spoon or a cut mullet on a Carolina rig near oyster bars can be deadly. And for those chasing a true brawler, the striped bass in our coastal estuaries, especially places like the Chesapeake Bay, will be on the hunt. The slightly cooler water temperatures and active baitfish migrations mean the stripers will be gorging themselves. Focus your efforts around drop-offs, points, and river mouths where baitfish schools congregate. A medium-heavy spinning or bait-casting setup with a 7-foot to 8-foot rod is ideal. Live lining spot or eels is a classic method, but don't shy away from casting swim baits or topwater plugs at dawn and dusk. Pay attention to bird activity. If you see birds diving, that's where the action is. Now let's break down the conditions for this spectacular day. Weather-wise, we're looking at a generally warm and dry day across much of the United States. Air temperatures are expected to reach up to 91 degrees Fahrenheit in some areas, cooling to around 79 degrees Fahrenheit overnight. While September can often bring heavy rainfall, this specific Monday is forecast to be largely free of precipitation. We'll have a southwest wind with a moderate strength of up to 5 on the Beaufort scale. This stable weather with moderate wind is usually a good sign for fishing, as it doesn't cause drastic changes in fish behavior due to sudden pressure drops or storms. Water temperature trends. Water temperatures across the USA are slowly but surely beginning their seasonal decline. In coastal areas, you'll find surface temperatures still comfortable, ranging from the mid-60s to mid-80s degrees Fahrenheit, depending on your exact location. This slight cooling is a massive trigger for fish. They're sensing the change and starting to feed more aggressively to build up reserves for winter. This means fish will be more active, exerting more energy, and consistently feeding throughout the day. Moon phase. Magic. On September 22nd, 2025, we'll be under a waxing crescent moon. The new moon officially occurred just the day before, so the moon's illumination will be very low, around 1 to 2%. Many anglers believe that the period right after a new moon as the crescent begins to wax brings stronger tidal currents, and indeed, we are expecting above-average tidal currents through Friday. Stronger currents can often stimulate feeding activity, making fish more active as they ambush bait concentrated by the flow. This could be a significant advantage for us. General fish activity. Overall, friends, the fish are in a fantastic state of activity. Late September is considered a sweet spot for anglers across the United States. As summer fades, fish sense the seasonal shift and feed much more aggressively. Many species are actively migrating and focusing on baitfish, leading to what many call a fall feeding frenzy. Expect active largemouth bass aggressively feeding redfish and speckled trout, and striped bass on the move. Some freshwater species like smallmouth bass, perch, and walleye will also be very active. So my friends, considering the stable, warm weather, slowly cooling water temperatures driving aggressive feeding, and the stimulating tidal currents from the recent new moon, I'm giving the bite assessment for September 22nd, 2025 a solid good to very good. The fish will be hungry and on the move due to the changing season and stable conditions. This is the perfect window to be out on the water. I wish you all tight lines and screaming reels. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and ring that notification bell so you don't miss any of my forecasts or tips. And tell me in the comments below, what are your plans for this amazing fishing day? What's your go-to bait for fall fishing? I love hearing your stories and sharing our passion. Until next time, stay safe. Until we meet on the water, friends, farewell.